Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown, once the confident patriarch of TLC's Sister Wives who proudly showcased his sprawling plural marriage and the dream of a unified family empire, now finds himself at the center of a humiliating downfall that has left fans gasping, critics shaking their heads, and his ex-wives quietly vindicated as whispers of bankruptcy swirl around him like a dark cloud he can't outrun. And in the middle of this storm comes a shocking revelation that Kody has allegedly reached out, of all people, to Christine Brown and her husband David Woolley, the very couple who symbolize his greatest rejection and public humiliation, to ask for help in what many are calling the most desperate move of his life. Sources close to the family claim that the financial house of cards Kody and Robyn built after the collapse of his marriages is teetering dangerously close to disaster, with mounting debts from the $900,000 Flagstaff mansion, ongoing property taxes at Coyote Pass, personal loans, credit card balances, and even whispers of failed business ventures draining what little cash flow they had left, leaving the once proud patriarch who used to lecture his wives about responsibility now looking at bankruptcy court as his last possible option. But bankruptcy carries its own shame. It would mean opening his financial books to the public, exposing not only the family's true net worth, or lack thereof, but also years of questionable spending habits and favoritism that fans have long suspected, such as pouring money into Robyn's house, designer purchases, and luxury vacations while Janelle struggled in an RV and Christine scrambled to make ends meet before finally walking away. And now, after years of dismissing and demeaning Christine, the irony is almost too rich. Kody allegedly swallowed his pride and made a private request to Christine and David, asking if they could either consider buying part of his Coyote Pass property to inject cash into his dwindling accounts or, according to some shocking fan speculation, even float him a loan under the guise of helping their children's inheritance remain secure. A move that fans describe as both audacious and humiliating, since Christine has publicly celebrated her freedom from Kody and embraced a new life with David, who has been nothing but supportive and generous, in stark contrast to the man she left behind. Insiders say Christine's response was swift and cold, making it clear that her days of financially rescuing Kody are over. And while she may still care for the well-being of her kids, she has no interest in being entangled in the financial mess Kody and Robyn created, especially since she gave up her share of Coyote Pass years ago to make a clean break. Yet David reportedly couldn't resist a few pointed words of his own, allegedly telling friends that Kody needs to finally learn how to stand on his own without using the women he mistreated as his safety net. A statement that has resonated deeply with fans who have long accused Kody of leaning on his wives for both emotional and financial labor, while offering little in return. What makes this bankruptcy saga even more jaw-dropping is how quickly the tides have turned. Because not long ago Kody painted himself as the mastermind of a legacy-building project, declaring Coyote Pass the foundation of a family kingdom. But now that dream lies in ruins as unpaid property taxes pile up and real estate prices in Flagstaff fluctuate, leaving him stuck with land he can't develop and can't sell at the value he once bragged about. And fans are beginning to ask whether Robyn, who has been portrayed as Kody's legal and spiritual favorite, will stay loyal when the bankruptcy hammer falls, or if she too will start seeking her own exit strategy once the money dries up. Meanwhile, Christine and David have become the golden couple of the franchise, with social media followers praising their genuine happiness, their adventurous travels, and their ability to build a loving blended family. So when news broke that Kody dared to ask them for financial help, the internet lit up with memes, commentary, and savage takes, with one fan quipping, "Imagine dumping Christine after years of emotional neglect, only to come crawling back to her for money," while another added, "David Woolley should frame Kody's request and hang it in his garage as a trophy." And the more people discuss it, the clearer it becomes that Kody's once carefully constructed image of control is crumbling faster than anyone imagined, especially as bankruptcy would put him under legal scrutiny, forcing him to answer questions not just about his personal spending, but about potential transfers of assets to Robyn to shield them from creditors, a tactic bankruptcy courts are quick to investigate. which could expose even deeper rifts within the family as adult children like Janelle's sons and Christine's daughters watch their father attempt to dodge accountability yet again. The emotional fallout is just as messy as the financial, because for Christine, this alleged request dredges up years of being financially sidelined and emotionally dismissed while watching Robyn receive the lion's share of Kody's resources. And for David, it's a bitterly ironic reminder that the man who once looked down on him as not part of the family is now metaphorically knocking on his door with an empty wallet. Yet perhaps the biggest takeaway is how fans have universally rallied behind Christine's rumored refusal, praising her strength in not giving Kody another lifeline, and pointing out that true freedom sometimes means watching your ex face the consequences of his own choices. And as bankruptcy rumors swirl louder, speculation grows about whether TLC will capture this financial meltdown in the next season of Sister Wives, with many predicting that producers are salivating at the drama potential of Kody's empire collapsing while Christine and David thrive. A juxtaposition so stark it almost feels scripted, and if this does play out on camera, viewers may finally see the once untouchable Kody Brown not as the powerful patriarch he claimed to be, but as a man broken by pride, poor decisions, and a shocking request that left fans speechless, begging his ex-wife and her new husband for help in the very moment his world falls apart. While the word bankruptcy might sound like just another headline in the ever-turbulent world of reality television, for Kody it represents the possible unraveling of everything he has clung to for decades: his identity as the leader, his pride as the provider, and his fragile relationship with Robyn, who has staked her entire future on him. Insiders claim that the roots of his financial implosion stretch back to when he moved the family to Flagstaff, a decision that was heavily criticized. Fans who have followed Sister Wives closely argue that the warning signs were always there. Janelle having to move into an RV because the Coyote Pass project stalled, Christine leaving the marriage partly due to the feeling that financial favoritism was crippling her and her kids, and Mary being left to fend for herself with her bed and breakfast business while Kody poured money into Robyn's home. These moments, once dismissed as family drama, now look like puzzle pieces that perfectly foreshadowed the current crisis, with many pointing out that Kody had all his eggs in one basket: his reality TV checks and the hope that his big family dream would somehow turn into a sustainable empire. But as ratings fluctuated, contracts shifted, and the wives left, the financial picture became dire, and bankruptcy loomed closer than ever before. The irony, however, lies in the fact that Christine, the very woman Kody once belittled and emotionally pushed aside, is now sitting in a position of stability, happiness, and financial security alongside David Woolley, who has built his own successful career and life outside the show, making them not only free of Kody's shadow but also shining examples of what it means to thrive after leaving him. So for Kody to allegedly request help from Christine and David has struck fans as one of the most humiliating and telling moves in his entire downfall.